Four men and two inanimate objects, all competing to see who can predict the most games right this NFL season. How will the NFL intelligence on these four men stand up to the random chance of predicting between these two inanimate objects being randomly picked from a bowl or a Madden simulated franchise? Who will prevail? This is NFL week by week game predictions presented by Ascent Sports. Welcome. What's up YouTube, it's Onion Balm here on Ascent Sports, and welcome to our final recap of our NFL 2021 prediction series, 2022 for the postseason. We just, doing the final recap of who came in first place for the playoffs, and just talking a little bit about the Super Bowl like we normally do. What I'm going to do for this is just kind of take footage that's straight from the Ascent Sports show, and without even putting anything like over, just so if you can check it out if that's something you like, just seeing us talk with webcams. And make sure you check out the Ascent Sports show. Yeah, enjoy. This is our final prediction video for the year, so until next season. Just me and Isaiah today. Steve and Jimmy couldn't make it, unfortunately, so the whole squad is not here. Yeah, hope you enjoy.
So yeah, the Super Bowl happened. The LA Rams came up with the W against the Cincinnati Bengals. And my takeaway from the game was that could have gone much worse for Cincinnati. They were in the position to actually win the game since pretty much the second half. They could have came away with the win. I expected the Aaron Donald that we got in the last three drives to be there the entire game. And I mean, Joe Burrow ended up, I think, getting sacked 9 times, hit probably 100. So I mean, it wasn't really the funnest day for him, but the Bengals were able to make a couple plays, big plays, to be able to get in scoring position and get points. And then on defense, they got tore up by Odell, and then he ended up getting hurt, which sucked. And then Cooper Kupp wasn't really the biggest factor up until once again the last drive. So Cincinnati was able to keep it a close game, for not being the better team, because one, they lost, and two, the Rams traded for everybody. This was a legit super team in LA. So yeah, but it was a really good game. I thought maybe the Bengals could have did it at the end with that last drive. They completed 2 passes, and then just kind of Aaron Donald happened and they fell apart. But yeah, good game. I liked the halftime show as well. I thought the halftime show was really, really good.
Very good. I love the halftime show.
I can't wait to see if Drake will do it, because I really feel like we got to get a Drake halftime show. He is the guy at this point. Especially if they're good. I feel like Drake could have did it even before they started letting rappers do it or whatever. I feel like Drake is a big enough star and has music for where he could have did the Super Bowl. But it's probably because he doesn't want to, because I'm sure the NFL would be all over it. So I would like to see a Drake halftime show, maybe even a Kanye one. But there's just so much to talk about with that. But yeah, overall, great theatrics. It's sad the NFL season is over, but it was one more good game to end the season.
Very, very nice, yeah. Honestly, when the Bengals scored and then they immediately got a pick after, I thought it could have been over right there. I was getting nervous. I thought, ooh, they're going to start steaming.
That's what I was saying. The Bengals were really in a position to win the game. They could have did it.
Then Eli Apple.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Is that his fault though?
I think they're just necking him because it's Eli Apple. If that's any other corner, I don't think it's that big of a storyline. It's just because no one talks about the corners that let Santonio Holmes make that catch. They talk about Santonio Holmes making the catch. I'm not saying Cooper Kupp made a spectacular catch. It was just a run of the mill catch, but it was pretty good. I think people are just necking because they don't like Eli Apple.
I'm not gonna lie, especially when Odell gets hurt, and they did a good job of it for, the the third quarter, or even the whole game for Cooper Kupp specifically, because Odell they were having a lot of problems with, but Cooper Kupp specifically, they did a good job of like containing him up until the fourth. But after that, like it seemed like he had way too much space. Like for as good as he is and as good of a season as he had this year, like he just looked kind of open, which for a receiver of his caliber, like no, like that can't happen. Like they kind of let it happen. And once again, like Eli Apple just got put in positions to tweak, and he tweaked, which he's Eli Apple. So, but yeah, he's getting killed. He's getting killed. And it probably is deserved because once again, like he was talking shit, and it is Eli Apple, and he's not the cream of the crop, I guess. So, yeah, tough time. And he's a Bengal, so I mean that even sucks more. I don't care how good you are, still a Bengal. So, yeah, tough time for Eli Apple. Tough time for the Bengals. But do you see Joe Burrow was at like a Kid Cudi concert, like after the game?
I didn't actually.
He looked pretty sad. Like he was on stage. Like he looked very sad. But he was there. Anything else happened like after that? I'm thinking. No, but I mean, yeah, just a tough time for the Cincinnati people. But hell of a run, great time, and hopefully you guys aren't as good as you were this year.
Yeah. For our sake.
But I mean, if we aren't competing, I really hate the Ravens, and I also really hate the Browns. I never want them to be good again after what we went through with that playoff, with the one win that they had, the singular win that they finally got over. So after that, and then it's always on site with Baltimore. With the Bengals, I mean, the games aren't even close enough for it to be like really chippy at this point. So if y'all just want to just keep winning, and we're not gonna win it, fuck it. But yeah, crazy stuff.
It is something to maybe note. They did lose Robert Woods for the season. So if they had Robert Woods and Odell stay for the whole game, it may have played out differently. So all in all, Rams did deserve to win that. And there was maybe a little bit of controversy at the end, but they missed a huge face mask on Jalen Ramsey, and that got the Bengals in the lead for a touchdown.
Bro, I'm not gonna lie though that because I mean the face mask shit was egregious, and they tweaked. But out of that Logan Wilson shit was nuts. Because, like, that did not look bad at all. Like, it was the third down play, like, third and goal. I think it was the first penalty that, like, set off the chain.
Yeah.
Where they called, like, pass interference on Logan Wilson. Like, I really didn't think it was pass interference. And it seemed like a gift. And then the other team got gifted, and then they got gifted, and the flag just started flying. So, set off a chain reaction. But just in the moment, I remember seeing that and being like, holy shit, they tweaked. And I mean, I said the same thing with the face mask thing too. So refs just stink, man. Like honestly, we need to get some different refs or something. Like we got to get the best. Especially this is the Super Bowl we're talking about, and on the game-winning drive, it was not decided by the refs, but the refs played a huge part in it, and nobody wants to see that. Not on that drive, not on that. Like imagine if on like the David Tyree catch thing or like the Santonio Holmes catch thing, like on those drives where like, or if like the refs just did some shit and they cost like the game or whatever, like the refs inserted themselves in that moment, and now you have to think about that and like the amazing catch and like the amazing play, because Cooper Kupp ended up like wide open in the end zone, and that's like what people are killing Eli Apple about. But there's also talk about they shouldn't even have been there because the ref threw this flag, but that ref threw that. Like it's just like. Especially, like, bro, that was not a flag. Like, that was crazy. Like, I don't know how you don't throw a flag on that face mask, but then throw the flag on the pass interference call that they had. Yeah. Like, I don't see, and it probably wasn't the same ref, two different, like, positions or spots, but
that makes it even worse if it was like both were tweaks.
Yeah, like, come on, man.
It's it's been a problem for a while, and I hope refs get better. I hope we get better refs. Something just needs to change. I don't know how long it's gonna take, but
I also don't know, like, it's probably very hard to, ref. Like, it's probably why they're not perfect. Like, because, I mean, they've been playing football forever. And, I don't know, I haven't really been looking in the ref history books. But I imagine there's been some type of progression, but, like, not as a drastic progression as, like, the actual play has been. So, like, as the game has evolved, like, crazy, I think the refs have kind of, like, gotten to here. Because, like, you can only be as good of a ref as you can be. Because it's hard as fuck. But someone's got to do it. And if it takes robots to get the calls right, the NFL's got a lot of money. Just saying. If there's one patent to look into, do it. Because like these refs are tweaking.
Right. The final standings of the playoffs. I'm not gonna do an intro because I think I'm gonna do like an edit thing. I'm gonna edit some of the first discussion of what we did the Super Bowl and then edit this together. So I'm gonna like have that. So we don't need an intro. But the Super Bowl winner, the LA Rams over the Bengals. The only people who didn't take the Rams were Jimmy and Madden. So they went 0-1, and everyone else, me, Steven, Isaiah, and the Bull, all went 1 and 0. So that makes the final standings for the Team Ascent Sports Playoffs. We have Isaiah taking first place, going a total of really good 11-2 in total. Very nice.
The 49ers game and
Packers.
Did I take?
Probably.
Yeah, that was the 49ers.
Oh, that was funny. Yeah, right.
Oh, it was both of them. Because I had them beating. I had the Cowboys beating them.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, the fucking literally the 49ers.
49ers. Yeah.
What's even funnier is I didn't do that good in like any other bracket, so I don't know why that one was good.
Yeah.
But
you swept this year. You got first and.
I did. I mean, that's a chip, right?
Yeah.
Like I won the Super Bowl. Nice.
Nice.
Would like for the guarantee to do better, but
next year.
Also, by the way, just so you guys know it's real, I guaranteed the Chiefs or the Bengals to beat the Chiefs, right? But then I didn't guarantee them to beat the Rams, and look what happened. See?
Yeah.
You know, just saying. Next year we're coming out hot. We're going undefeated with that. I swear. I'm gonna pick smarter, pick harder, and do more analysis.
In second place was Jimmy. One last ditch effort to tie it, but didn't get it. He went 9-4. Then in third place, looks like it's Madden. That went 7-6, and then a 3-way tie for fourth, fifth, and sixth. We have me, Steven, and the Bull, who went 6-7. So not a good playoff for me, Steven, and the Bull just had a terrible year overall. What really messed with me is not having faith in the Bengals, of course, and me dicking around and taking the Steelers against the Chiefs.
That was mad.
I didn't think it was impossible because I thought like maybe we can like rally, but like some things you don't count with stats, but it didn't.
You know what's mad funny?
What's
that was literally the only other pick that any of us had that was different than like the actual like playoff video that we did.
Oh yeah,
like, we did our own. So we pretty much had to do it. We had to do a whole other video just so you could fucking, because you were like yeah, we're gonna like when we actually pick the games, when we're trying, of course I'm not gonna pick this Steelers.
Yeah. But that is gonna wrap the 2021-2022 NFL season for Ascent Sports. Thank you for tuning out if you did. We'll see you next year for predictions, but we got some more videos coming, stuff on the Ascent Sports Show as well. I think we're still going with this. Next week, as early as next week, I should say, we are going to. What's up? Timeout.
I have a video idea, or not idea. It's something we've already done, but I feel like it should be done like sooner rather than later. Is like ranking at least the quarterbacks, wide receivers, and running backs, like based on like this year. Like I mean, I know they have like the like the awards for that, so like we know Aaron Rodgers most likely is like at 1, but for like 2 through 31, I feel like we might have some varying opinions.
Yeah,
so like pretty much based on like this season and I guess. I don't know, because I feel we can do one like based on this season and then like maybe a different one like projecting, I guess. Because I mean we won't know who's gonna do what until like free agency. So
yeah.
But I don't know, some kind of ranking earlier on, just since like the season just ended.
Yeah, cool. We will do something like that, and then even as early as next week, we're going to look back on our preseason prediction as long as I can't talk. Along with Colin Cowherds and Adam Ranks, and like we did last year, we'll see how we did. And then, of course, mock draft stuff. Want to do a way too early mock draft this year. And then we'll do the mock drafts we did last year as well. Maybe some free agent videos and, off-season stuff as well. Hopefully a lot of stuff and maybe other sports. We'll see what Ascent Sports has to offer. But as far as predictions go for the NFL, we'll be back in late July, early August for preseason predictions and playoffs, and then we'll get back to the week by weeks up until that next Super Bowl. But
we should count points for like the offseason. Like, say we can somehow narrow down like the top 10, 15 free agents. We should like predict where they're going and then do points for that. So like if I say Juju goes to the Rams and he goes to the Rams, like a point.
Yeah, we could do that.
Just to incentivize that.
Lots. We still, of course, we're gonna discuss some more, and we'll see what we can get. But Ascent Sports shall not die; it shall only prosper. We'll see. But for now, though, thank you guys so much for watching. Like or dislike, subscribe or don't subscribe. You know it's always up to you. And we'll see you guys in the next video you watch of us. Goodbye.
Nice.
I have a dream, that's all I need. I'll make it happen with some work and belief. Know what I want, so I'll take it on. I've made mistakes, but mistakes make you strong. Let's break it down for a minute. I want the crown, I'm gon' get it. You hear me loud, man, I'm winning. Yeah, Charlie Sheen will be grinning. These ladies know